Hey everyone, you're watching We Had That, and today I'm going to talk about the 2017 Masters of the Universe Classics PowerCon Prince Adam action figure from Super7. The Masters of the Universe Classics line started in 2008 with the San Diego Comic-Con King Grayskull figure, and this line is easily one of my favorite modern action figure lines. Although there were a few quality issues throughout the line, the figures were overall well made and certainly had a much better articulation than the vintage Masters of the Universe figures. Just as importantly, the figures look ridiculously cool. A friend of mine told me that the Masters of the Universe Classics figures look in reality just like what the vintage figures looked like through the filter of his childhood imagination. He and I weren't alone in thinking that they were cool figures. The line was very successful. In fact, the Classics line was so successful that it included new versions of all of the vintage Masters of the Universe figures, plus She-Ra and the Princess of Power line. There were even many variant figures, such as mini-comic versions of popular characters, or versions pictured on the back of the original packages. The characters from the cartoon and mini-comics that were never released before. One example of some variations of characters that could be seen in the mini-comics would be the 2017 PowerCon 3-pack that included mini-comic versions of Stratos, Trapjaw, and Prince Adam. Although the more familiar version of Prince Adam originally seen in the Filmation cartoon was released in the Masters of the Universe Classics line along with an Orko figure in 2010, the 2017 PowerCon version of Prince Adam had many differences. First of all, the 2017 PowerCon Prince Adam had a significantly different head sculpt from the 2010 Prince Adam figure. Aside from the head, the other differences can mainly be found in the paint scheme. The 2010 Prince Adam had the familiar long-sleeve white shirt under his purple vest, which was held closed by a black belt with a yellow buckle. The PowerCon Prince Adam is wearing a blue vest with short gold sleeves over a bare chest. This vest is also held closed by a black belt, but this one has a gold buckle. Both versions have bracelets on the wrists, but the 2010 He-Man has silver bracelets, while the PowerCon version has gold bracelets. The 2010 Prince Adam has purple shorts with matching purple boots with white cuffs over lavender leggings. The PowerCon He-Man has brown furry boots with matching brown shorts, and his legs are bare. While the 2010 Prince Adam came with two purple swords, the PowerCon version had only one sword, and it was silver. Many people think the character Prince Adam didn't show up at all until the Filmation cartoon, which came out near the end of 1983. However, Prince Adam's debut was actually in the Superman He-Man crossover comic in July of 1982. The version in that comic book looks a lot more like the PowerCon version of the character. It's also assumed by many fans that the blue vest version of He-Man only appeared in some early full-size comics, which may not be seen as particularly canon. But the blue outfit Prince Adam can also be found in several of the mini-comics that came with the figures. We only see the original version of Prince Adam in the background in one panel of the mini-comic Dragon's Gift. There are two panels to feature this version of Prince Adam in Masks of Power, one of him hanging out and one of him changing into He-Man. The same is true for Double-Edged Sword, two panels, one of him hanging out and one of him changing into He-Man. In He-Man and the Insect People, he can be seen in three panels, two of him hanging out and one of him changing into He-Man. That's not a lot of appearances, but it's certainly enough appearances in total to be noteworthy. Although there was never any mention back in the 80s of why Prince Adam wore this different outfit early on, the Clip and Save biography that was printed on the back of the PowerCon package actually did give an explanation. According to this version of the story, Prince Adam kept up his persona as a hard-drinking ladies' man to keep people in the dark about his He-Man alter ego. Once he realized that Tila was revolted and concerned by his playboy actions, he took Man-at-Arms' advice and got his act together. Part of this process of growing up meant giving up his rebellious clothes, the PowerCon outfit, and starting to wear the maroon and purple outfit, which was considered more appropriate for a prince. Initially, I didn't feel like I really needed a Prince Adam figure in my Masters of the Universe Classics collection at all. As a kid, I was more a fan of the early comics than I was of the cartoon, and I liked the idea of He-Man being more of a savage than a prince. But I have to admit, I feel like having the 2010 version does make my collection feel a little bit more complete to me. I started collecting the Classics figures after the line was well underway, and as a result I missed out on both the 2-packs when they were in stores and the clearance figures at discount stores like Tuesday Morning. When I got into the line, Scareglow and the original Beastman were two of the figures at the top of my want list, but they were just so expensive I didn't think I'd ever get them. At this point, I've been lucky enough to add both of those two figures to my collection. In fact, I've managed to add the Classics versions of all 8 of the original first 8 figures from 1982, and at least one version of 5 of the original 6 figures from 1983. I'm still missing Triclops. Plus, I've picked up most of the others that I'd like to have as well. Although I've never felt like the PowerCon Prince Adam was really a necessity, it was cool to own one for a while, though I've since let it go. It's very nice that the figure came out, but I just didn't think that it fit into my collection very well. What do you think of the Masters of the Universe Classics line of figures? Do you have either version of Prince Adam from the Classics line? Does either version of Prince Adam feel like a must-have for your collection? Tell me in the comments below. Also, please give this video a like and share it on social media. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notifications bell so you'll be notified when I post new videos. As always, thanks for watching.